Podcast is live and direct again here at the crib with Maui Love and...
What's up? What is James Quezada?
That's right. James Quezada is in the house and we have an amazing interview ahead of us. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Appreciate it.
And I do have to do a disclaimer before we proceed. I will be changing Your Highness radio and podcast name for this upcoming year. It's gonna be a new vamped up vibe. I haven't came up with a solid name yet, so we're not gonna announce it, but there's Your Highness LA apparently, and I had no idea.
Damn.
So soon enough you guys are gonna get to hear a whole new name to the podcast. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna dive in and just get to know you. I'll tell you a little bit about my podcast and what it's all about. Your Highness podcast began as a radio show. I'm always on air every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. And we've been live and direct since January of last year. It's been a super huge blessing to have this platform because during the time when I began it, I wasn't really actively dancing like I usually do. So this became my new platform of expression. And it's been a huge gift, not just for me, but for the community. Because it's allowed me to just share the space and the platform with many artists, including yourself. And it's been really nice now just turning it into this. Right here we are at the podcast, and it's nice to see my small baby begin to evolve, you know?
Flower.
Exactly. It's definitely blooming, and I'm just super excited to have you today. I've been a huge fan of your music for a whole year. I wish I would have known about your music way before that, but hey, it's never too late.
No, it's never too late. Never too late.
And it's been really amazing watching your journey. I got the pleasure of joining you for your music release party. That was a lot of fun. Shout out for all the artists that came out that night. They really created a very beautiful night, filled with community, friendship. You know what I mean? I could feel loyalty in the building, you know what I mean? And thank you for having me.
No, it was cool. I appreciate you for pulling up. It was definitely a night to remember. I won't forget it.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us will, definitely.
Cool, yeah,
and we, and that was really fun. I got to win the best dress contest.
Oh yeah.
I had this beanie with the cow on the top.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was a vibe. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about your project that you just released. And but before we do all that, I like to just sort of begin. I like to begin in the beginning. I like to get to know where it all started. What were some of your influences and such things. So, at what age did you realize that music was a part of your journey?
I was young. I was hella young. I was in high school. It was something to where I had older uncles. They were my cousins, I'd say, but they were my uncles, right? They were 2-3 years older than me only. 3, yeah, something like that. And they were very into that underground hip hop. They were listening to Big L. I was listening to a lot of Big L, a lot of SPM. They were bumping a lot of Mac Dre. They were bumping a lot of that stuff. It was 90s and then early 2000s stuff. And I just heard it. It was around me. And they throw on beats and they'd all be rapping. And I'd be rapping with them.
Oh wow.
And it was just something for fun, at the time. And I was actually the first one out of all of them. I picked up the pen. I was I'm gonna start writing it down. I'm gonna start making songs.
Okay, so was it more a freestyle type of thing, cypher between family?
Yeah, so it was just we were kicking it. It's kind of funny. We would smoke at the cemetery, you guys. We'd be at the cemetery. I know, dude, it's crazy. I gotta say, it's gonna come out eventually, but we'd be kicking it at the cemetery, and we'd throw on beats, and we just start rapping. All my cousins, homies.
I think that's kind of special. You guys were singing to the dead.
I mean, yeah. You just go smoke,
rapping for the dead.
It was vibes for sure until it hit 1 o'clock in the morning in the summer nights, and then we're we gotta get out of here.
It's getting scary.
Yeah, it was weird, yeah.
Ooh, any scary stories from those days?
Honestly, I think maybe we were just too high. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not I believe in demons and angels, spiritual stuff. But I think we were just too late at the time. Honestly, it was just like, oh, we heard something and then we're running because it was like wasn't just the sheriff's department was right across the street from the cemetery. So it's like either we're gonna get busted by the cops or we're gonna get killed by some demons tonight. You know what I mean?
That's epic, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's really cool to hear the origin of it. And so you made the decision to begin to write it down. And so that kind of like pushes me towards my next question, which I love to find out, where did poetry affect your life, or when did you discover poetry? Because I hear a lot of poetry in your music.
Oh, yeah. I like writing stuff, you know, that's definitely meaningful to me, and I kind of got that a lot. So when I first started getting into hip hop, I listened to a lot of Joey Badass, which I'm not saying he's the most poetic, but he definitely says a lot, and I'm like a huge rap head. Like I love hip hop music, I love double entendres, I love rhyme schemes. I study the craft, you know. So
Nice.
So that just allowed me to, at the beginning, it was just strictly that, just rap. I was just trying to get better at rapping, and that was it. Now it's a little bit different. I got a lot more influences. I got a lot more stuff that I listen to. I'm a lot more open, and that's kind of what like I like to interpret now. Because I like to think, like asking about the beginning, I kind of had two beginnings. It's funny because like I'm talking about when I was young, and when I was young, yeah, there was a lot of that, a lot of running around, being chased by the cops, doing stuff like that. I would write about that, and then I came to a point where I didn't want to do none of that stuff anymore because it led with a bunch of other stuff. Like I was sticking with the wrong people, so on and so forth, and I felt like I had to stop making music at the same time to be able to like get into like a new chapter of my life.
What age period was that?
I was only 18 years old.
Okay.
But I almost dropped out of high school. I graduated. I got expelled, but I graduated. No, thank you. And it was like, nah, I gotta do something. You know, like my mom was struggling. I was like, I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna make music no more. And then as of 2 years ago, was kind of like
Came back.
James Quezada.
Hey.
Yeah.
Was it something different before? Like as far as your artist name?
Yeah, it's funny that you say like Your Highness Radio. My rap name was Highest James.
What?
Yeah, that was my
He
rap
belongs here with Your Highness for sure.
Yeah, it was Highest James. It's funny like that.
That's pretty legit. Well, I mean, the word on play with Your Highness Radio is more like this is where the kings and queens unite. Like this is where they connect. This is the platform for them. So you are a king amongst the community. That's for sure. That's really cool. So then now 2 years ago, you vamped up into James Quezada.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's your legit name.
My name is Jaime.
Jaime.
I'm Mexican.
Hey.
Yeah.
gotta find a way to connect with both worlds.
Well, yeah, like coming back to my uncles, they always called me James. That's why I was Highest James. I was 16 years old. 15 years old. They always called me James. James. So I just kind of went with that.
Got it. Right on. Well, I love that your influences have definitely had something to do with family. I hear a lot of that in your music, the importance that you have in family and that you see in family. I think I heard something about your abuela in one of the songs and something like that, you know, just like different mentions of your family. And so would you say that they are like some of your biggest supporters, or how does your family like tie in with your career as a music artist?
My family's dope. They support 100%. My siblings, I'm the oldest of 5, so they're all super supportive.
Hey, that's the promo team.
Yeah, they rock my merch. They share, you know, they're commenting, liking everything. They show up to shows. My direct family under me, my daughters love my music.
That's awesome.
Yeah, huge
support. I think that's very important. I think that having our family be like our backbone, you know, or just even truly believe in what we're doing, I think really elevates us as artists, and it gives us that fuel that we need to keep pushing, to keep doing what we do, you know. I recently was like speaking with my dad because I did my music video comes out on Friday, and for Christmas I was like, yo fam, you guys want the premiere ahead of time? And like I showed everyone from my family, and like of course some weren't very fond of it, but some were, and like, just morals and things like that come into play, right?
Yeah,
but
you're always gonna get that though. It's
right.
Like some of the family, like, it's like a meme for a reason, they're always still doing that little music thing, and it's like, yeah, but come on, like, why you gotta say it like that?
Right.
It's both sides of the.
It's not little at all. I think that us as artists, because we're pursuing what we wish to see, and we are constantly striving to create it and to manifest it. I think it's not little at all, man. Like, it's truly magical what we do as artists.
I think it's like what you said, it's poetic. It's expression, it's art. That's always,
Yeah, no, but back to the conversation I was having with my dad, we were driving to pick up my kid up, and he was like, out of everything that you're doing, like, I really respect the drive and the push, and like how you set yourself up to do something and then you do it, and like seeing that video comes to show me that you are capable of anything that you set your mind to. So I think it's really important to have those words of wisdom and those words of love and support, because then it really gives it like a purpose, and it makes it like all worth the time.
Yep.
And but other than that, I do want to get to know some of your influences. When I hear your music, I'm like, dang, I hear so many different, like, just a mixture of different, like, people that I've heard in the past, such as like the Marias, Latin Mafia. Like, I don't know if I'm just like naming what because this is the energy that I get from your music. It's definitely not anybody's sound, it's your sound. But I think that it's just normal. Human beings, we are all influenced easily.
Yeah.
So what are some of your influences?
I guess, like, it always comes down to, like, these artists, and it's like, I can't really box them in. That's why I love Mac Miller. Is huge. His music is so dope because he can go from some like Objects in the Mirror, to rapping Diablo. It's like, damn, that's Tyler Creator, huge.
Yeah.
Can't box him in.
Totally.
You can't box him in. I really mess with them. Joy Badass, he's very East Coast sound, but that's where the lyricism, like, I fuck with his lyricism. I fuck with his double entendres. J. Cole's huge, and Kendrick Lamar. It's like the generation.
Yeah.
It's the generation.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
those when it comes down to like, okay, that's me. But it's like, I listen to the Marias and they're very inspired.
Same here.
I love R&B. I listen to, I recently went to go see Orion's Son. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
But Orion's Son, she went on this whole tour with Daniel Caesar, right? And I love Daniel Caesar too.
Yeah.
But Orion's Son, that was probably the best show I've ever been to.
Wow.
It was such a dope show, and that's all like R&B is so slow. It's the first show I go to that I had personal space. It was so cool. It was a packed room, but everybody had personal space because that's her music. It's like, so I love a lot of different style music, Mexican music, obviously. I love listening to corridos too, so.
Yeah, and I got to hear your catalog, of course, and I got to hear one that's almost like hinting corrido too.
Yeah.
I really like that song. It's a hip hop corrido. That's awesome. I love to ask artists like what genre they find themselves in. And it's not because I want to box you guys in whatsoever, but because I love to hear you guys' answer. So what would you say your music falls in?
It's hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
100%, because right now I'm at the point where I'm striving to be a way better rapper than I was on this last tape. And this last tape, I wasn't really rapping. I was trying to focus on making good music, like good songs.
You really did.
I'm going to learn songs. Like, I want to learn how to make songs. Because you listen to Brown Boy, that was made in 2022. I was just writing, you hear it, it's different. It's a different mindset. Laugh Later Cry Now, I'm trying to learn how to write songs. Now, I'm trying to learn how to be the best rapper I can be. So I'm definitely a hip hop artist. Yeah.
Hey, that's what's up. But I do definitely hear the different fusions, the different influences. One thing I love hands down about your music is that you do bilingual music. I love that you play with your languages and that you know how to really like synchronize them together really well. So congratulations on that. It's something we have in common because I've been writing some music too, and I have a single that just came out, Barrio Prendido, but also another one, Solo Pa' Fumar. And both of those were both like bilingual songs. So
Yeah.
you know, I think it's really smart as an artist. It's like we have the ability to influence and impact two different groups of people, right? Spanish speakers and English speakers.
I think those are, no, I'm tripping. I'm not even gonna say it, I might be wrong. I think Mandarin is the number one spoken. I think number 2 and 3 are Spanish and English.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong.
They're up there.
But you get a way broader audience when you do both languages.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it, you know,
Yeah.
my most streamed song is bilingual song.
Yeah. Definitely. No, it's really, really good. And I love that you brought your special people here with you, because that's kind of where I was gonna go too. I hear a lot of love in your music. Definitely a lover boy. And
I am, yeah.
you know, how does do your relationships influence your music?
Still listen to Laugh Later, Cry Now. It's the whole project. You feel me? That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just growing. It's a little bit of a journey project because, like I said, I was learning songwriting, but at the same time, it's like love. You know, it's like a lot of feelings.
A lot of feelings, and they say love is the strongest force in the world. So I think that anything backed up with the force of love, I think is definitely something to be reckoned with, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Well, talk to me a little bit more about the collective, 707 The Collective. I had the pleasure of being in the space.
Shout out to the gang, man.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
707 Collective. So basically, all of us have been homies since we were like 15 years old. Everybody went their separate ways. A couple of them went to college. The other one stayed in town working. I was over here trying to start a business. And then, like I said, 2 years ago, it's like my homie came back from New York. I just had a baby. He hit me up. We talked about it. I was like, yo, let's make some music, you know, just messing around. Boom, we got together, recorded a track. It was fun. I was like, yo, let's make another one. And we're like, yo, let's do this shit for real. I was like, let's get a spot. He's like, oh, all right, bet, you know, let's do it. We kind of just talked about it. And here I am sending him Craigslist posts now. I'm like, dude, this. And I was like, I found a spot. He's like, all right, bet, we go. And that's the spot. Collective, right? It was all messed up. It didn't have no flooring. In the bathroom, there was no concrete.
Yeah.
It was like literally like 3 feet down and it was dirt. You see
Wow, you've come a long way.
So we're like, this is the spot.
Wow.
We're like, let's do this.
Okay, so were you renting, buying?
We're renting it. Yeah, we're renting it. Shout out our landlords.
Okay.
They allow us to make noise at any time of the day.
Hey, shout out great landlords. My landlord's up there and he's super cool.
Yeah. So that happened, right? And then here we are now, 2 707 Fest later. We've done a lot of like 24-hour challenges in there, where it's like we'll invite a bunch of people in, and 24 hours make an EP.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
What?
And it's from beats to the mixing and mastering too.
That's hard.
Yeah.
When's the next one? Let me know.
The next one is supposedly January 18th.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
How you get on that list?
Hit me up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Big bet. That's amazing. That's super cool. So how many years have you been in that space?
2 years.
2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot has happened in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, you've come a long way. I was physically there.
Yeah, I can't do it alone. It's everybody.
And it's a beautiful space.
It's everybody. Everybody does their part. Everybody's super in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in it. When you got a team and everybody's in it, man, you move a lot faster.
I gotta tell you, you guys are definitely onto something. You guys should definitely keep nurturing that, keep watering that, you know? However, you know, I think that it's a great blueprint to have. To have an environment where you have multiple talented individuals, from videographers, you know, cameramen, audio engineers, everything, you know, and creating that collective like you have.
Yeah.
I think that is super important because, man, being an artist is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It is not cheap, and it is not for the weak either, you know? So it's like, I think really important to create that foundation.
Yeah.
To elevate yourself and to make it accessible, not just for yourself, but for others too. You know, and I love the space. I thought it was really cool. I love the graffiti in the background. That gives that energy. And then you also have a recording studio inside that space.
Yes.
And so can you tell the fans where it's located?
It's located in Ukiah, California.
Ukiah, California. That's right. 707.
707.
707. Man, say that backwards, yo.
707.
Well, that's really, really dope. So it's 2025, man. Happy New Year, of course. It's been a great 2024, but what is in store for 2025?
Got a lot cooking. We got a lot cooking. So I'm working on a couple collab projects this year. A couple solo projects. I know I've only dropped one last year and one the year before that. I said I got a couple collab projects and a couple solo projects.
Okay.
We're working.
Stepping up the gas.
Yeah. We're working a lot more
Switching
content.
gears.
A lot more content. A lot more dope shit.
That's super exciting, man. Well, I really think that you are doing an amazing job. I want to see more of you out here in Santa Rosa. You know, I know we've gotten a chance to hear you here, like at Feral Fruit and such. But
I love Santa Rosa. I feel like Santa Rosa to me is like actually my first home when it comes down to music. Because I swear I've only done 3 shows in Ukiah, and 2 of them have been mine type shit. You know?
Yeah.
Well, okay, now 4 or 5. Okay, 707 Fest, my release party, Andre Nicotina. 4 shows.
Nice, Andre Nicotina.
Yeah, so 4 shows.
Okay.
Santa Rosa, I can't count on my hands or feet how many shows I've done out here.
Okay.
So I feel like Santa Rosa is my home musically, for sure. And then the networking out here, meeting different artists. Yeah.
It's definitely the hub. You know what I mean? Santa Rosa is definitely the hub, sort of like where we all sort of unite.
Yeah. You cut. Shout out my hometown. I love my hometown, but I mean, it takes a lot for people to try to like go out and
It's a little out the way, but
wonderful
people have been coming out of Ukiah. I have to say, not just yourself, but also my girl Nevaeh Travis. Have you heard of her?
Yep.
She's from out there.
Crazy story. So Nevaeh's older brother Jalon. Shout out Jalon, man. But he and I were making some crazy music back in high school.
Really? Shout out Ukiah.
Shout out to you.
It's definitely home. What?
Shout out to you. Shout out to the you.
Oh, the you.
And
I was like, to me.
No, shout out to you. No, shout out to you, man. Shout out
Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, definitely great people coming out from the North Bay. People need to understand that we do exist and we're over here.
I can't claim North Bay, but y'all can.
Why?
I'm from Ukiah, you feel me? Like at the end of the day, that's not the Bay Area. Hey, we 707 though.
That's right.
That's 707.
707. Regardless.
It's 707.
Well, man, so if you've been in this music industry for a minute, if there were some things that you could change about the industry, what would it be?
Man, that's a good question. I feel like I haven't really even, to be honest, like I could say a lot of things, but I feel like I barely like getting my feet wet type shit, you know. But it's just as much as I've been in it, you know. It's a rough industry for sure.
Really?
But I guess what I could say, I wouldn't really like to change anything besides the way I'm gonna do it. You know. That's all. If I could change something, it's gonna be the way I'm gonna do it.
For sure. That's solid answer. And one thing that I think that is really also valuable about what you're doing is being an independent artist. So could you tell me some of the benefits to being an independent artist and the downfalls of being an independent artist?
I think what's dope about being independent is I literally drop whenever I want. I can do as I please. I gotta hustle to make my own bread, but when I make that bread's mine.
That's right.
So you gotta really, I mean, it's the squad, you know, it's the team. As long as everybody's taken care of and it's happening, that's what matters to me. I guess the downfall would be definitely capital. I mean, labels got bread, you know, so
yeah.
It comes down to it, it's like, how much is that beat? I'm gonna hit you up next week. I'm gonna hit you when like, hey bro, can I send you half now, half later?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
videos, same thing. Fortunately, I'm blessed enough now. It's like the team's coming together. It's super dope, and everybody's with it. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I think that with enough drive and enough willpower, anything is possible.
oh yeah.
You know. And lastly, I would like to give you the opportunity. Is there any shout outs that you'd like to do? Anybody, you know, from your team to your family or even fans that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out the collective for sure, the 707 collective. Shout out to all my homies out here in Santa Rosa, to all the little connections I made out here. And shout out to everybody streaming the project.
Hey.
Laugh Later, Cry Now. Find that on all streaming platforms. Let me know what your favorite song is. See this podcast, let me know, we'll spin that. Hit me up on Instagram, yo, more of this, James, more of this.
Yeah.
Hey, James, less of this, bro. We can rock it down. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, I think feedback is super
Yeah.
important and it's very valuable. I love people being real with me about it. Like, there's really no purpose in being a yes sayer, you know? It's like, cool, but I really want to know how you feel about that, or what did that make you think? You know?
I always appreciate my homie. Shout out my homie JC. He sends me something, a beat. I think I'm killing it. I record it. I send it to him. He's like, nah. I'm like, dog. He's like, do it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, bro. And sometimes I get mad. I'm like, bro, that's hard. Like, what are you talking about? And so, man, I sit on it. I'll go to the studio. I'll delete everything. I'll delete every take. I don't even keep it. I'll sit on it again. And I end up writing crazy shit. I end up writing the hard. I'm like, damn. Like, bro, you're right, bro. Like, it just happened actually, like literally last week.
Yeah.
I sent him something. I did something. And he's like, nah. I'm like, ah, shit. Go back. And I was mad. I was writing mad. I was like, bro, something like you. Nah, but I came back and it's one of my best songs I've made yet.
That's what's up.
And I'm probably gonna drop it this year too.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it, man. Well, thank you so much for gifting me your time, for visiting me here in the crib at the podcast. I'm not even gonna call it Your Highness Podcast no more. Damn. Damn. The LLC thing.
The LLC podcast.
The LLC podcast. Nah, I was thinking maybe like the wave or radio wave or some kind of something. I don't know. But I'll think about it.
It'll just come.
It'll come and I'll get back to you
day.
about it.
You're gonna wake up after a dream and be like, yo.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the one. No, for real. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I can't wait to see what there is for you coming up this whole year. I know that there's gonna be many reasons why we'll cross paths. As you know, I'm making music too. So maybe we can collaborate on some music sometime. And yeah, no, thank you so much for bringing your lovely team with you.
Yep.
I love to see that you're supported. I love to see that you have a beautiful family. I think that's really important. And
Family's important. I've been in the studio with my daughters and shit.
That's amazing.
I bring them.
It talks about, you know, you're just like who you are as a person, like, and that's beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I'm sure that you're an amazing father.
Shit, we all learning as we go.
No, you're doing great, and I love, you know, your mention of your kids and the music. I think that's important because someday they're gonna be able to look back at that and hear it, you know, and know it was about them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. And make sure to follow me on Instagram as Maui Love, MAUIL0VE, and
Follow me at James Quezada.
And the videos and full interviews will be loaded up on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe and follow. Your Highness Podcast for now, over and out.